Now to your community focus at 4. If you have insurance through your employer, you are likely in what's called the open enrollment period.
Jim Borah is a certified employee benefits specialist. He joins us now live in studio to talk us through some common questions about the open enrollment period. Jim, thanks so much for being with us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Well, so for a lot of us right now, this is the period where our employers say, all right, here are your health insurance options. The process can feel a little overwhelming. There's a lot of terminology in there. If you can pinpoint, what would be the #1 message for folks in this position right now?
I would say to ask questions. Make sure you engage your employer and ask the right questions to get the information. Don't be shy. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot to go through, but your employer should have those resources available for you to engage.
I know, Jim, personally, when I'm making these decisions, I always think, okay, what if I make the wrong choice? Right. What if I make a mistake? So are there common mistakes that people make, and is there any recourse if you do make one?
So I guess the common mistake that people would make is to not put enough effort into it, really, and to ask the right questions. Because you do have time, right? Usually people have a couple of weeks really to make a decision, but oftentimes they wait until the last minute. So I would say when the information is made available, then go to work and take a look at your options. If you do make a mistake, you usually can correct that within the first 30 days after open enrollment. But once you get past that time frame, then you have to have a qualifying event in order to make changes.
Kind of locked into that decision.
Yeah.
Some terminology I hope you can help us with as well. I have read these definitions multiple times every year. Flexible spending account versus health savings account.
Right. It's a common question. So I guess what they have in common, first of all, is that both plans allow you to use them in conjunction with a health care plan. And you are able to take money on a pre-tax basis, that is free of federal income taxes, state income taxes, Social Security taxes, and use them to pay qualifying medical expenses. Now, a health savings account can only be paired with a specific type of plan, and that's a high deductible health plan under the law. High deductible health plans have, I believe in 2022, we have to have a $1,450 individual deductible or $2,900 family deductible. And the big component of that is that the deductible then has to apply to everything except for those services deemed to be preventive. So therefore, there are no co-pays for office visits or for prescription drugs. You're paying the price of those. So a health savings account allows you to use that money to pay for those expenses. And the big component, the big advantage of the health savings account versus a flexible spending account is that you can roll money over from year to year. You can accumulate it. Whereas a flexible spending account can only be used really within that year, maybe 3 months after, depending on how your plan is written.
Okay, we will definitely commit those definitions
Right.
to memory this time, Jim. So besides health insurance, which is obviously one of the main components of open enrollment, what other types of benefits should people be keeping an eye out for?
So the traditional benefits, I guess, are your medical, your dental. I think vision's become pretty common as well, and then your life insurance, your disability insurance. And within that, you may have some choices, right, among different plans within there. But other plans that we're seeing a little bit more of now are such as cancer insurance, accident insurance, critical illness insurance, also pet insurance, and identity theft coverage as well. So those are all coverages that are available. I would say that they're all deemed by or governed by contracts. All those plans have contracts and specific provisions. So it's really important to take a look at what those contracts say, to get that information from your employer or your advisor, and make sure you're making a choice that is appropriate for you.
Hoping we can talk a little bit about the cost benefit. Everything across the board right now is costing us more money right now. What would your advice be to someone who's weighing that coverage cost balance right now?
Well, it's always, I mean, I guess we all want to get stuff for the lowest price, but oftentimes the lowest price, and definitely when you have actuaries and underwriters involved, then they are making rational decisions as to what costs more than, what plans cost more than other plans. A plan costs more because it provides more coverage to you. So don't just go looking for the lowest cost plan. Take a look at the provisions and make sure that it's appropriate for your needs.
Very helpful information. Jim Borah, thanks so much for joining us today.
Great, thanks for having me.